What's up, Reapers? Scoville Uni here, and I am home. I am officially home. I'm happy to be home. Thrilled to be home. I'll wait for a couple people to jump on here. If you're going to join me over on TikTok, I want to stick around for this because some big things happened over the weekend, and I'm going to jump into all of that. I'll be looking back and forth at the cameras, checking out the chat, talking to everybody, seeing how everybody's doing. I'm a little sluggish. I'm quite tired, but I still wanted to get on here and talk to everybody. So hopefully we get a couple people to jump on both. What's up, Ink Gardner? How you guys doing? Yeah, I'm just waiting for a couple people to get on here. I'm going to get started. Hey, Tammy. If you're joining me on TikTok or you want to hang out, I've got some interesting stuff I'm going to talk about. Big weekend happened and some amazing things happened this weekend. I'm really excited. What's up, Philip? Richard, how are we doing? Thomas, how you doing, bud? It's actually going to be pretty interesting to go over all this. My big weekend in Dallas, Texas has finally come to an end. We're going to talk about every single thing that has gone on, and we'll go from there. Oh, what's up, Miller Time? I don't like how close I am on this one. That bothers me. How close I am. And if I back up, a lot of advice. Let's try here. How's that? That's better. All right, we got one person on TikTok, two people on TikTok. Guys, hang out on TikTok for a minute. I'm going to go over the massive weekend I had. This is actually some massive news. This is record-breaking news, actually. So I'm going to get into the whole spiel of things. And we're going to keep going. So, all right, I got 10 people on YouTube, a couple people on TikTok. So, guys, I am the Scoville unit, as everybody knows, so everybody's sure. This weekend, I went on a massive journey out to Dallas, Texas to partake in the Zest Fest event. At Zest Fest, the League of Fire hosted a World Championship chili eating contest. This is a United States clash for the Red Wing Belt. And that's where it started. So it started with supposed to be in Philly. Didn't go to Philly. They moved it to Dallas. I wasn't supposed to go. I've talked about this before. So let's start off with Friday. Friday, I was supposed to leave to go down to Dallas, and it just started from there. We headed out very early to get to the airport for 7 a.m., Mrs. Scoville unit and I, and we got to the airport at like 7. I want to say 7:15, something like that, and immediately I got a message on my phone from American Airlines that they had delayed our flight 3 hours due to difficulties. So, well, we didn't know what it was at the time. What's up, Walker Texas Peppers? The video of you eating Pepper D is getting a lot of traction. Post less than almost 1,000. Wow, that's awesome. I'm going to get to that. So, flight got delayed until 12 o'clock. So at that point, we weren't going to be there until around 3 o'clock, which was fine. A lot of big important things going on down in Texas early on Friday. So I wanted to try to be down there as early as possible because I wanted to be involved in it. I wanted to meet all my friends and see all these people for the first time. I have everybody hashtagged in the video on YouTube. Guys, I'm going to try not to miss anybody here. We have Goot, we have Jason from Lake Fork, we have Midge, Farmer Jay, Bob the Voice, Whammy, Brandon Collins, let's see, Molten Moose. You had Atomic Menace, KTB Saucy, Reaper Ruthie Booth. I think I covered everybody. Let me think here. I missed anybody. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. That was a lot for me to try to remember in that short period of time. These are all legends of the chili community. These are all people that spice out left and right every day, nonstop for your entertainment. These people are people that I watch every single day as much as I possibly can, whether it be on TikTok. And I know a lot of people on TikTok are very familiar with KTB Saucy. She's a very big very big person on TikTok right now. So KTB, thank you so much for sharing some of my stuff. That means a lot to me. So Friday was almost a complete wash because we waited until 12. I was fine waiting until 12. It is what it is. We waited until 12, maybe 10 to 12. They were telling us that they were still working on the plane was here, but they were working on it. You watched them out the window. They were working on the wing. Said there was an electrical issue. At this point, they're pretty much telling us the plane we're going to be flying is faulty. So everybody's panicking. I'm just like, I just want to get to Dallas at this point. I didn't really care. So another half hour, 45 minutes goes by. They come over the intercom and they say, hey, we're pushing the flight back until 6. That's 6 hours on top of what they already had delayed. So it would have been 9 hours total. And at this point, I'm starting to shake because I'm about to lose an opportunity of a lifetime. And I knew that in the back of my head. And I was actually at the point where I was almost in tears because I was just like, this is bullshit. Every single flight from Florida coming or going was making it on time. No issues there. I'm trying to get to this competition so I could do my thing. And I'm like, all right, at this point, let's just start asking questions. And we got in line to talk to the people at the desk. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. So I'm going to try to get to the good stuff. So, guys, if you're on TikTok, just hang out for a minute. I know you're scrolling through. You're looking for your fakers that do all that. I'm no reaction stuff. But you're really going to want to hear this. I'm telling you right now, this is stuff that you're going to want to hear. So I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just very tired. I want to tell everybody this amazing story because this is literally like a Rocky Balboa story right here. And I am not kidding when I say this. So standing in line waiting, and all of a sudden the time for the flight to leave changes to 8 o'clock. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, my day's shot. I'm like, that's it. I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I'm messaging the crew on the group chat saying, guys, I'm not going to make it. I'm sorry. I wish I could make it. So the lady pulls us up to the desk and she's like, I'm going to get you guys out of here. I know you're in an important rush. So I'm going to put you in the 3:30 out of here to be in Dallas by at least like 7 o'clock. So I'm like, all right, let's do it. Boom, let's go. We had to swap terminals. We had to go all the way down to C terminal in Newark. So it's all the way across the other end. We had to get on the monorail thing, go over there. They sent us to 135 first. We sat down. We ordered food. Just so happened I decided I needed to jump on. Thank you. I appreciate it. That means a lot, dude. Thank you so much. I want to show a lot of excitement right now, but I'm so tired because I'm literally just running on fumes right now. And I'm going to explain that. Again, I keep trying to say that I don't have a massive following on TikTok. I'm trying. My nephew says he's going to help me, but we'll see. People jump on. They can listen to the story, the bits and pieces if they decide they want to stay. Scent its corn. I'm trying to see. Anyways, we got to the door 135. We ate. For some reason, I decided I wanted to download the United Airlines app because they switched us from American Airlines to United Airlines. And I opened up the app and it said it was at door 113 or something like that. And that was all the way back on the end of the airport. So I'm like, crap. So we had to hurry up, finish eating, drink our drinks, and then we took off going. Finally, we got down to that door and it was just packed. There was just people everywhere. And I'm like, there's no way they're keeping this here. Stood there for another half hour or so. And then they announced they moved us to 104 or something like that. So we had to go all back down the other end. Yeah, I know it's definitely hard. TikTok is one of the hardest things to get on, and I try to post videos every now and again. I'm trying to start doing more lives. Maybe more people will start to hear about me and start watching my stuff and whatever on that end. So we shall see. Let's see. So we get to that door and finally they start boarding. So great. Things are looking up. Now the time difference, everything like that, I wasn't expected to get down to Dallas, Texas until about 7:30, quarter to 8. So at this point I'm messaging people saying we're on our way. This is where we're going to be picked up. What's up, Patrick? So Nate, the president of the U.S. chapter of Sons of Fire, he was incredible this weekend. First, big shout out to him. Nate, I really do appreciate you, man. I appreciate everything you did from this, myself and my wife this weekend. Incredible how you just were there strictly for us and for Jason and to cheer us on, man. And then obviously you picked us up from the airport as soon as we got there and you just trucked us around everywhere that weekend. You picked us up from the hotel to bring us to venue to home to a meal. Like, you got us drinks. You took care of us. I really do appreciate it. Sons of Fire, much love, guys. I appreciate it. So we get down there, and I'm in like rush mode right now because we're supposed to be meeting at my next person I was really excited to meet was Zachary Goot, Text Hotspot. We were meeting at his house to go over some stuff. And I was extremely late. Like I said, I was supposed to be there for noon. So I'm rushing Beth to get ready. She's trying to put her face on. Oh, man. So got her in the car, started heading over there. Traffic everywhere. There was accidents because obviously people don't know how to drive in Dallas, same as they do in Pennsylvania. So finally we got there. We were literally showing up. I think we were there for a good half hour, 45 minutes, and everybody was wrapping up, ready to leave, which is fine. I got to meet Zach Goop, got to meet Johnny Scoville, UK Chili Queen, Jason and Kim were there, Brandon was there, Midge was there, Bat Pants. I missed Bat Pants before. I'm sorry, Bat Pants. I apologize, my friend. Bat Pants is a cool dude. He was the reigning champion at the time. But I got to meet all these guys. Now I didn't get to meet everybody because Atomic Dustin wasn't there yet. Until, let's see, it's incredible. So everybody's there. We're meeting up. I ate up one of Goot's peppers and we bullshitted for a little bit. And then we're like, all right, we'll wrap it up for the night. So I really don't remember if we got food or anything that night. I can't quite remember. Can't quite recall, to be completely honest with you. But we wrapped it up to the night. Oh, no, you know what? If I am correct, I think we went. Yes, we went to the Holiday Inn. We met up with KTB and Jiff. So I got to meet KTB Saucy, and Jiff the Fireman, which I was ecstatic to meet both of them. Jiff has been a big supporter of me since day one, pretty much, with the Suns and with League of Fire now more than anything. So Jiff, my man, thank you so much. I'll be talking about him again in a little bit here. But KTB got up and said, I need to hug you. Hug me. She's like, I love you guys. I love watching your stuff. I watch you all the time. And that means a lot to me because I know KTB has a lot going on. She has her sauce shop. She has her online one, obviously, her in-person one. She has her TikTok channel, which is doing phenomenal right now. I might have. I think that was one of the peppers in the contest. I'm pretty sure that was. I could be wrong, though. It might have been it was a Death Spiral. I had so many different peppers. I'm going to get into that. We're going to talk about the championship title match and then something massive that happened the day after, which is what I'm saying. If you guys are watching on TikTok, you're going to want to hear this because I broke a world record. We're going to talk about it. I literally broke a world record, so we're going to talk about it really quick. I'm almost there. So talk to KTB Saucy. You guys all know KTB Saucy over there in TikTok land. She is a doll. She's really humbling and very nice, and she just up-talks everybody. She is as friendly and exciting and happy as she is in person as she is on TikTok. So I was thrilled to meet her. No joke. I was more excited to meet all of these people that I met over this weekend than I was to go down to, not taking away from this, go down to Georgia and meet Walking Dead characters, like the celebrities. I was more excited for this. I was still excited, obviously, to compete for the Chicken Wing contest and see Ryan and Lee because I love Ryan and Lee. But this, just the community that has built around all of these people. Thank you very much, guys. I'm trying to read your comments. It's a little bit smaller because it's back a little bit. So I appreciate you if you're going to stick around. I'm going to talk about the World Championship Chili Pepper Eating Contest and the world record that I broke. So hang out for a minute. I'm telling the story now. So back on KTB, she was humbling as all hell. She said she loved to watch our channel, which is awesome. I love to entertain. Again, I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing this to be a celebrity. I'm just doing this for entertaining. Obviously, I want everybody to be a part of my journey. So any fan that watches, anybody that comes onto my channel and hits that follow button, hits the subscribe button on YouTube, I'm doing this for every single one of you. I do challenges for you guys. I do giveaways for you guys. I cramp for you guys. I cry for you guys. It's all for all you guys. So talk to KTB for a few. Talk to Jiff. I love listening to Jiff's stories because his I love accents when it comes to Irish, English, like that. It's just so much fun to listen to. Had to jump in TikTok, join me. We're going to have a merch link soon. Mrs. Scoville is working on the website as we speak. We just have to update our shopping cart and our payment method. We're going to get photos up of everything, the sauces, shirts, all that. Guys, and if you're interested in any kind of merchandise and you want to message me on Facebook, just go over to the Scoville unit or even message me on here and I'll get right back to you. I respond within minutes. I get the notifications directly to my phone. I'm not a damn celebrity. I don't get like spammed with messages. So it's kind of like a casual thing for me just to respond. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm not going to accept add-ons right now. I want to tell this story. I am going to be doing other lives though, guys. Anytime I'm doing a live besides this time and I'm doing challenge, you guys want to come on and talk, ask me questions? Feel free to do so. I'm saying I'm losing my internet. Okay, my internet connection. 1 second, guys. Said I lost my internet connection. I'm going to connect to my Wi-Fi. I'm sorry if I junked out there on TikTok. I had to connect to my Wi-Fi. My stuff kept going out. I'll definitely have to talk to you about it. I would love to because we make all of our shirts personalized and like we literally make 1 or 2. And if anybody's interested in ordering shirts and they say, hey, can you make me a shirt? I'll say, well, what do you want? I have this, I have that. And then we try to get it out to you as soon as possible. So I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much. Yes, KTB Saucy is awesome. But anyways, well, I appreciate that. I don't view myself as a celebrity, but I do appreciate that. I'm gonna bring a couple people on here. Hold on. I'll bring a couple people on. How are we doing, guys? I don't think. Hold on, some reason it joined me into them. I'm getting bumped into matches. I'm gonna have to jump out and come back in. Sorry, guys, on YouTube land. TikTok pulled a fast one. I tried declining it, and it accepted it anyways. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna jump back on here live. TikTok is a hoot. But anyways, all right, let's jump back into this. So talk to Jeff. Like I said, I love the accent. I love the conversation pieces with Jeff. I love hearing his story. So let's jump ahead. Went home, got some sleep. If you're joining me back on TikTok, I apologize for that. Woke up the next day. We had to be at the event really early. It was like 10, not really early, but 10 o'clock. I didn't get back to the hotel room until about 1 o'clock. So I said, screw it. Got dressed. I was all pumped. I was ready to go. I got dressed, had my shirt on. Beth got ready. Nate picked us up. We headed over. We went over to get some breakfast, actually. Walked over, met up with Jason and Kim. I was standing out on the sidewalk yelling, Jason, come on, this way. And all the people are staring at me. And, it was just incredible. What's up? Hey, Roger. How we doing, guys? Hot Dang Show in here live with me. Roger, what's up, bud? Thank you for watching. So get a big breakfast. Now, guys, when I'm prepping for a competition, it's always different. I finally found a mixture of things that works best for me. So I will share it with you because it's not a secret. So I sat down. I ordered orange juice, chocolate milk, and water. I drank the chocolate milk, the orange juice, then the water. I ordered 4 pancakes and 2 orders of home fries and chocolate milk. Ate all that, drank all that. Boom, done. Ready to go. Nothing else until the competition. Not water. Minus I had 2 glasses of milk at the venue. So I had 2 glasses of milk. I had the pancakes in me. I had home fries. I'm ready. I have carbs in me. I'm ready. I'm energetic. I'm ready to roll. Let's do this. I'm ready to go. So start bumping into all these people going around to the stands. Kajan's is there with all their people. And then you got all these other sauce companies. And you got film crews all over the place. And boom, there's Shaina, the UK chili queen. And I was like on cloud 9 because I watch all of her stuff. I've watched her compete in multiple things. She's 95-0 right now, if I'm correct. She is an absolute monster. So if you guys do not know who the Chili Queen is, you need to check her out because she is fantastic. So I'm going to try to remember as much detail from before this match as I can because I had butterflies. I was nervous. I was psyched. I was pumped. I was nervous again. I was just like all over the place emotionally. I had my hat on, my sunglasses on. I was trying to hide my tenseness. I was talking to the other competitors. So in this competition, I went up against a professional eater in Mike Jack, the Molten Moose. I went up against the undefeated reigning champion, Fat Pants, and I went up against the robot, the Atomic Menace. And these three guys that were sitting up atop, on top of all the other people that were involved, were the three must-beats in this competition. Now, I'm not saying this because I'm upset, and I use this as fire. This is me telling you this is what I did in this instance. The days leading up to this competition, there was interviews with Johnny Scoville, Jiff, Vic, all the competitors on Friday when they were at Goot's house, all the top guys. They're all saying their picks, and it was all pretty much the same, except for one person picked KTB Saucy, which is a good pick. They picked Bad Pants, Mike Jack, and Atomic Menace, which, why wouldn't you? They've been running amok in this, not even amok, they've been running the show. Yeah, it's okay, Roger. Honestly, I was humbled by it, and I'm going to explain why. And this is where I'm at right now mentally, because I'm starting to actually wake up again because I'm talking about it. It gets me excited. It's my blood flowing. So these guys were the guys to beat. Atomic Menace is an animal. He's a robot. We were picking on him before the event saying, did you charge your batteries? Are you going to try to give us viruses? All the, like, stupid little puns and stuff. Then Mike Jack, he is just an energetic. He's so tiny, but he's so energetic. And you got to feed off of him. And his wife is his support system, and she's awesome too. And Mike Jack's already in his workout gear and his headband on, his glasses. He's got his towels for his eyes, his nose, and his mouth. He has separate towels. And then he has this photo. And I wish I got to listen because I didn't get to hear what the reason behind it was. But I think I know what it is. I'm not going to talk about it because I think I know what it is. But anyways, if someone wants to comment if they know, just so other people are aware. But so I'm talking to all these guys, and I'm like on cloud nine because these are all legends in the chili community. And I'm talking absolute legends. And I'm just a guy that started 2 years ago from Pennsylvania that calls himself the Scoville unit, which I'm surprised nobody else had that name at the time, that's coming in here expecting to turn heads. Now, when I say everybody was picking those guys, I wasn't mad. I wasn't upset. I was determined. It fired me up, and it fueled me on the inside to say, nobody is watching me. Nobody's watching the Scoville unit. Everybody's sleeping on me. Everybody's expecting these three guys to be the only ones left standing, and it's going to come down to whatever. And I'm like, all right, cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was really surprised that the name wasn't taken. I made the LLC off of it right away. So I'm like, I'm using this non-picks against me, and I'm turning it into motivation because I'm not going to let it get me down. I'm not going to let it put out my fire. So sitting there and I'm getting in my head and I'm jumping around and I'm getting the blood flowing. I'm shaking. And they're like, all right, guys, we're going to be getting started here. So let's do this. So they started lining us up. They told us how this was going to go. They had everybody lined up backstage. We're all cracking jokes, having fun, ball busting. Milk does not always put it out. Yeah, I know. Miller time, you're completely right. Miller time. What's up, Goot? How we doing, brother? I appreciate you, man. Much love. But anyways, I'm losing my train of thought. So we got everybody backstage. Goot's going crazy. People are howling, hooting. They're out front about to announce us. And we're just like getting fired up. And they start announcing us. Everybody's music starts hitting. It's literally like a wrestling promo. People are coming out, doing their own thing. And I'm sitting here in my head thinking, I'm like, this is my moment. I'm ready to do this. Jason and I swore back and forth, Jason from Life Work, that we were going to feed off of each other. We were going to talk to each other. But they ended up putting us at opposite ends of the stages together. So we couldn't even do that. And I felt bad because I kept looking over and yelling to him, saying, come on, dude, come on. He couldn't hear me. It was so loud. There was hundreds. There was at least 2,000. I want to say 2,000, 3,000 people all just huddled around watching us. And like these judges are legends. Like Johnny Scoville's behind us saying, wow, this is incredible. Shaina's over here saying, these guys over here on their left don't even look like it's bothering them. So anyways, Musics are hitting, guys are coming out, my music hits, and I'm sitting there waiting. I came out to Burn It Down by Seth Rollins because that was my original theme music for my channel before I started getting hit with copyright crap. So I came out and I was like, let's go. And I'm yelling, like, come on. And I'm like freaking out. And I'm screaming, standing at the edge of the stage. And I slam my jacket off and I slam my hands on the table. And I'm like, boom, focus started. I was on my mind. I literally picked one spot at the back of the building and kept my eyes focused on that spot and watched it the entire night. I listened to people talking, communicating, this and that. First set of peppers, second set of peppers, and they're like moving it. I'm like, I want my stems. I want them all here, and I'm like lining them up like I do when I was doing my training. I tried to keep it as simple as possible to make it like I was still just doing typical training. So these people keep asking me, I'm going to go on here and do one of these battles after I get off here because I'm sweating people. But anyways, I'm in the zone. I'm eating peppers. First couple were good. There was one pepper that I want to get my hands on. I got to get a bunch of these. It was a peach pepper. And it's not just peach because of the name. And even Dustin, the Atomic Menace, would agree with me. This pepper was so good and it smelled so good. It tasted and smelled like a peach. I would love to get my hands on those and eat those as a regular. Yep, you're right. If anybody that watched it or saw the photos, like you could see it in my face. And anybody that I didn't bring it in with me, but I had my picture of my grandpa, my Opa, sitting in front of me. And originally I was not supposed to have that. Beth had it in her wallet and she was going to leave it home. Well, I saw it on the table. I threw it in my wallet for some reason. When I got on the stage and I went to go adjust myself, it fell out of my pocket. I don't even know how because I had it in the money clip part on the inside of the wall, and it fell out. And I'm like, oh, put it on the stage. And I left it leaning against my sunglasses the entire time. So we're battling through this. No distractions. See, that's the thing. Like, I thought I was going to be distracted because even when I'm here, yes, I'm going to get into that too. Don't worry. We're going to get into the gruesome stuff. So, again, these peppers are flying and people are starting to drop out here and there and here and there. And everybody had their guesses of who was going to go when. And I really didn't get involved in that because I needed to focus myself. But they keep saying, don't pay attention to people who are next to you. But I remember another person I met, Bob the Voice Gilbert. God, how did I forget him? He is an incredible guy. His voice is just outstanding. I actually have a recording of him I'm going to be implementing into my start of my shows. So I'm going to be using that going very soon on my recording. So I got to sit next to Bob, and he's a Southern draw. Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Bob the Voice Gilbert. Like, he was great. It was like a radio guy sitting right there in your ear. And I was like, instead of focusing on myself only, I would finish what I was doing, know I was good, and then I'd be like, Bob, come on, you got this. Come on, are you okay? Like, coaching him and talking him through it because I want to see everybody succeed. I want this event to make the chili community bigger than it already is. I want it to explode out. I want Zest to grow. I want League of Fire to grow. I want everybody in their individuality to grow. And I was just like coaching him. And people started going, obviously, and it became too much for him. He got out. Now let's fast forward to the end of this. At the end of this, it was myself, in this order, myself, Atomic Menace, Bat Pants, and Mike Jack. All four of us. We got all the way down to the last pepper level. And I'm like, are we going to do a Scoville slammer? Or are we just going to sit here and eat peppers? Because I don't want to do a slammer. And Shane is like, really? Ready? Okay. And we'll see if we can do it next. And sure enough, they broke out the Scoville slammer. And just like in my training video, the Scoville slammer woke my ass up. It crushed any little bit of burn I had. It crushed any doubt in my stomach. It washed it all down. I was reborn and ready to go. And then they come up with the speed round. This was a very unpopular decision, but I'm going to say this, and it may make a lot of people unhappy, and I'm sorry for this. We were there. We knew what we were getting into. When you are a champion, you are battling for something. You need to be ready for anything. This was not a speed eating contest. This was not a quantity eating contest. This was a chili pepper eating contest that was hosted by the League of Fire. We were on a serious time schedule, getting threatened to get shut down in the middle of a match, so they had to make the decision to do so. Yes, there was planning issues. There was a lot of issues that happened behind the scenes. There's a lot of stuff that's probably going to come out that's not going to come out. I understand everybody's concerned. I understand there was people that were happy and think it was BS and this and that. Every last one of us were there for each other. It happened the way it happened. And the next time this happens, if anybody that did not like the way it worked out last time would like to come and try to get the title, let's do it. Use that fire, use that anger, and let's make shit happen, because I was not all about it, but at the same time, it was a contest. It was a challenge. Speed ended up being part of the challenge. And sometimes when you're going to win something, you have to adapt or perish. No, I'm not saying you're wrong. What I'm saying is it was what it was. Roger, when I say that the owner of the venue, the guy that was in charge, was literally threatening to pull the plug on all of it and just throw us off the stage and out of the building, I am not kidding. So they did what they had to do. They really did. Hey, it was an unpopular decision, but it would have been better than them cutting us all off and not letting us finish it all. You know what I mean? Because then it would have been really crappy to win by default. You know what I mean? So unpopular decision, it had to happen. So we're past that now. We all talked about it. Everybody said what they had to say. We're moving on until the next time. You know what I mean? Yeah, Miller Time's right. They had cooking shows and a celebrity chili cook-off thing going on. It literally was a nightmare, because the venue did a very poor job handling the situation and put us all into a bad spot. And we adapted the way we had to adapt. And it sucks, but that was the way. I really would have liked to have kept going. Personally, I would have loved to have kept going. I would have loved to have kept eating peppers. But for every bad thing that happens, something good happens. What's the saying? For every action, there's an equal or opposite reaction. That'll lead me into the next thing. But anyways, it came down to us. It came down to a speed round. Now, obviously, Mike Jack is a competition eater. He had the edge. He had the edge. He's a competitive eater. He knows how to do this. But guys, when I say this, and this is me being very humbled, I anticipated to be top 5. That was my goal. It was my goal. I didn't anticipate it, because there was a lot of guys out there that I was worried about. I didn't know how they were going to react to the competition standpoint. So, Final 4, speeding competition, Mike Jack, myself, Atomic Menace, and Dat Pants. And we're powering these down, doing this and that. I have no peppers left. I have everything in my mouth. And my strategy was to eat the long pepper with the 2 small peppers first, to use the moisture from the long pepper to get it down, which worked. Then I had about 2.5 peppers in my mouth when I started the jalapeno. Little did I realize the jalapeno was dry as hell. I had all massive pieces in my mouth, and I could not break that up fast enough to swallow it down. And literally, if you watch back in the video, it was a 6-second difference between myself and Mike Jack for first place. I would have loved to have won this competition by far, because I was the dark horse riding. I was the underdog riding into this. Nobody had me on their radar. Nobody expected me to do what I did. But I did it, and I came in second. There wasn't an official second place, and then Shaina said, yeah, it's official, blah, 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 because split seconds after he finished his, I stood up, emptied mouth, and that was it. The other guys, they did an awesome job, and I know I understand, Roger, I completely agree. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but that, as one of the competitors, that was my opinion on the matter. I think if they had the opportunity to keep going, they would have. It wouldn't have happened that way, but it is what it is. So Atomic Menace and Dat Pants did not finish their stuff. They didn't want to do it. They didn't have to. It's fine. It was done and over with. But I was already mid-show. I was going to spit it out on the table. So I was on cloud 9, because it's like, I'm so humbled to be up there with these guys. Like, I have nowhere near as much experience as they do, as a singular, even compared to join. But I didn't even know what to think. And I'm like, I think obviously I would have been more excited if I won one, but I was so thrilled. And like, the first thing I could think of is like, Mike Jack just won back his title, and I'm watching everybody walk, and I walked over and grabbed his arm and held his arm up. Like, he's the champ. He earned it. Kudos to him. I was thrilled for him. Guys, so I'm sorry on YouTube. I'm just like looking at the camera up here. I'm so used to looking at my phone. Hey, Patrick, how you doing? So Mike Jack won. Everybody was like, oh, cheering, clapping. Yeah, you did, Roger. Actually, you were one of the only people besides my wife. Oh, crap. I got to plug this computer in. Hold on one second, guys. Give me 1 second. I don't have an extension cord.
What's wrong?
Why did my extension cord go missing? I don't know what to do. Oh, my computer's gonna die and I can't do anything about it. Oh, looks like we're unplugging it. It's gonna get dark for a second, guys. Alright, I fixed it. Sorry about that. Alright, so as I was saying, after the competition, I walked backstage and first thing I saw was a garbage can. My body's like, all right, you're good, man. Throw up. Started throwing up. I had no cramps or anything. And then boom, as soon as I threw up, here came the hell. Cramped up immediately. It was just devastating. I could barely even walk. Yeah, I had to unplug the lights because my extension, I couldn't find my other extension cord for my charger. And I didn't know this was dead because the last time I used it was fully charged and I had it turned off. So trying to figure out what to do with myself. I have no milk. I have nothing to relieve the pain. Try to throw everything up. I think the count was 27 peppers or 22 super hots, 5 rando peppers, and a Scoville slammer. So I tried throwing up a little bit. I walked out front and I saw Beth and I'm like, come on. I'm like, tear in my face, grabbed paper towels. I walked right back again. The lady that was working for the stage crew took the garbage can back over. I started walking by. I said, I still need that. Don't take that. It's like, but I need it for the cooking show. I'm like, well, I need it to throw up. She's like, there's thousands of other garbage cans that you can use. I said, exactly. Go find one. I'm using this to throw up. And I laid down on the floor and the security guard's like, just let him use the garbage can. Did you not see what he just did? And I'm like, yeah, don't mess with me or I'll throw up on you. And I was laying on the floor, body print and all from me sweating. This lasted for a good 25 minutes. Beth kept bringing me drink after drink after drink. Milk, throw up, milk, throw up. Finally, I sat up and Goot walked back and he was talking to me and telling me congratulations and saying, goddamn dude, as always, you shocked the hell out of me. And I'm like, dude, I'm just here. And then he started cramping and he's laying on the floor. And I'm like, you could lay next to me if you want, if it makes you feel better. And finally, I was able to get up. The cramping stopped. I went back out. Everybody's like, holy crap, dude. Shaking hands, taking photos. Janina's talking to me. Mike, Jack, everybody's coming over talking, taking photos. And it was surreal. Everybody wanted to take photos with everybody. Everybody was congratulating Mike, Jack. Finally linked up with everybody that was cramping, not cramping. Oh, it was just crazy. Ended up just rocking out the rest of the day. People went back to hotel rooms. People went back home. I stayed there until probably about 7, 8 o'clock. walking around, talking to KTB, see how she was doing, checking on Jason, how he was doing. He went back to the room. Finally, I went back to the room because we were going to go get food. We ended up laying down for an hour or so. No, actually, it was 6 o'clock. We got back to the room. It wasn't 7. But I was fine, and then all of a sudden I wasn't again. This is hours later after competition. She fell asleep. I'm back and forth to the bathroom, and this is the touch on whoever said it before. I was literally like a loose cannon, just crap after crap after crap after crap after crap. It was just like Pepperpalooza in the toilet. Not to be gross or anything. If it is, I don't care. But finally, after sweating and crapping my brains out, I finally got really nauseous, and I had one last good throw up in me. And it wasn't even really throw up. It was more like acid reflux with some peppers in it. And cramps, done. Shut off. It was just like, flaming ass. No joke, man. It was a flaming ass. In the process of doing all this, Beth and I were conversating about stuff, and it was just surreal how it happened. Well, ended up being that something happened that our flight got maneuvered around again, and we were not able to leave on Sunday like we originally anticipated. They moved our flight all around and everything once again, which wasn't bad. And at that point, it was like late in the afternoon. I'm like, what's your earliest flight for Monday? Because we weren't going to be back until like late o'clock on Sunday, and it wasn't even worth flying out at that point. So we ended up just flying out today. So this was a extremely large blessing in disguise. What's up, Evil? How we doing, brother? I may bring my gravity boots, although I can't purge. See, it's weird. Jason has a hard time purging too. But I was saying, so we ended up staying until today. Blessing in disguise. Now, we weren't sure what we were going to be doing because, as I stated, there was a lot of bad blood going on with the contest. Is awesome. That's what we're talking about right now. Ended up coming in second. Just going over everything that transpired. Pretty much at the end of that day, cramping's all done. Went and got food, but flight got moved around again for the following day. We couldn't leave in the morning, so there really was no point in us rushing to get out of there because neither of us were going to get to work anyways, because by the time we would have been home, it would have been after our work schedules anyway. So we ended up not coming home yesterday. So we ended up coming home today, which entitled Beth doesn't work on Sunday. So her having to come home and all that, it was all over the place. So we had no choice but to take the flight the next day, and we came home today. So we didn't know what was going to go on at Zest Fest because, guys, when I say that there was a lot of headaches going on with the person that put together the Zest Fest, I'm not kidding. There was cursing, yelling, screaming, threatening. League of Fire actually got told not to come back on Sunday. They got told they were not welcome. They were not allowed to sponsor anything that had to do with it, which sucked because, in my opinion, they brought a lot of that crowd there. But we didn't know what was going to happen. They're supposed to have an amateur pepper contest yesterday. They were supposed to do like a whole bunch of like recordings and stuff like that. So we were up in the air until first thing Sunday morning. So around 10 o'clock, I woke up and I had messages saying, we're on, we're doing this, we're doing that. Amateur contest is happening if you want to partake in it. And myself and Jason were like, yeah, let's do it. And, oh, you know what? I'm going to reverse. Let's go back before this. And I'm just realizing it. After the competition had ended and I got done cramping, I did something that I regretted, but I did not regret. Right after the competition, maybe 45 minutes after the competition, Mike and Tammy Gardner, people that I was looking forward to meeting that came down to support me, they actually provided me with all of my peppers. 99% of my peppers I used to train for this were all Ink Gardner peppers. Mike and Tammy came down. They brought Chris Miller. I got to meet Chris Miller. I'm sorry. I'm trying to shuffle through this and remember everything that happened. There was just so much that happened. Chris came down to support us. Miller Time, check him out on YouTube. Ink Gardner, check them out. Check them out on Etsy. Amazing products, amazing peppers. They came down, and they came down with a tiny jar, about yay big, and it had Pepper D in it. Now, when we started talking about they were going to bring it down, I'm like, oh yeah, I'd love to try it if you let me. And they're like, oh, we'll bring it down. We'll see if we can. Some people want to try it. We'll determine that. Yeah, we'll show it off. So I got done with the contest, and I'm standing outside smoking a cigarette. I'm like, so am I going to get to try Pepper D? Or like, they conversated, like, sure, yeah, we trust you. And I'm like, that means a lot. Now, Pepper D, if nobody is aware of it, Pepper D is going to soon be recorded as the hottest pepper in the world. This thing is nasty looking. It is like a mixture of a lime green and a frog toad green, and it just has boils and spikes all over it. This thing looks like it would be shown in a horror movie, and even just the smell of the wax when they opened the container, it was just... So they decided that they would let me try it. Now, I can't recall if they said that someone had tried the full one yet or not. I know someone tried the placenta. I know someone tried the piece of it. Someone tried half of it. They told me that I was the first person to try the whole Pepper D. Now, I'm not just talking this up because I like Mike and Tammy. This is my honest and truthful opinion on Pepper D. My initial flavor, not burn, nothing to do with burn, my initial taste. When you first bite into something, you get your first reaction. Some peppers are sweet. Some peppers are sour. Some peppers are flour. What's going on here? Show on stream. Am I back now? There we go. All right. Am I good? YouTube, am I good? Can you see me? Am I good? Am I good? Am I good? Give me the thumbs up. YouTube, am I good now? Am I good? Can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me? YouTubers, let me... Okay, you're good. Anyways, so I put the whole pepper in my mouth. I started chewing. This thing had the first time I've ever tasted a pepper anywhere near this. It was just ungodly. Like, there were so many different flavors, and none of them were good. Now, that's not a bad thing. Not all peppers should taste good, especially if you're trying to hurt people. Taste is part of the hurt factor. Okay, yeah, so the bite, the taste was awful. The smell was just as bad. It was bitter. It had such an interesting, heavy floral mixture with dirt and grime. It literally smelled like if you were to, let's see this way, vacuum up swamp water and let it sit stagnant for 2 days. We'll go with that. And again, I love the fact that it did that, because when you're baking a pepper that's supposed to hurt people, you want the smell to make their stomach turn. You want them to be afraid of it, and not even having to bite into it and the smell. That is epic on my watch. So back at the taste, Mike made a good point. It tastes like motor oil. When I bit into it and I chewed it and I got all the deliciousness in my mouth and I was chewing it, I'm like, I'm like, oh. I was getting like a mixture of Dawn dish detergent and soft hands hand wash at the same time. Like, I was swishing that around in my mouth, and it was not pleasant. Then I swallowed it. I probably chewed this thing for a good 2 minutes because it was just like trying to swallow it was impossible. Swallow that bad boy down. I'm sitting there and I'm waiting, and I'm like, there's a little bit of a tingle going on here. And I'm like, again, guys, anybody that's watching this, I just got done eating dozens of peppers and Scoville sliders, so my taste buds and my senses are shot. Don't even know if there's going to be a reaction here or not. Then the burn started. It was a slow creeper, and Mike was not kidding. Yeah, so the burn went from a 0 to 1,000 and it was not a normal burn for me. My burns usually get okay, throat burns like right here. All right. Or a tongue burn, or my gums are hurt, or my cheeks. This felt like someone was holding on to the, I don't know, I can't remember what the hell it's called in back, the uvula or whatever, and was just taking a razor blade and going and just slicing it. And it wasn't hurt, it wasn't cutting through, but it was continuously making a small cut every time it did it. And this is from one pepper within a minute and a half after eating it. And I compared it to the pain that I felt from doing all the peppers on stage compared to this one pepper. That one pepper hurt worse than all those peppers did on that stage. It every time I swallowed, if anybody's ever had strep throat or a very bad sore throat, and every time you swallow, you kind of like cringe because it hurts and you flex, I was doing that. And I wasn't doing that the entire time I did that pepper contest. I can actually compare the burn from that one pepper to the following day's feat that I completed. And I will talk about that. I'm not going to say exactly what it was yet because I want to do this kind of like a rollout. So Pepper D, in my mind, brought me to a 5-6 on a burn scale just by itself from the throat burn. I actually had a little bit of labored breathing going too. I didn't have labored breathing the entire competition. I got a little bit of labored breathing. I had a euphoric feeling, and then about 3 or 4 minutes after, what's up, Heat My Shorts? How you doing, bud? I had a euphoric feeling, and then about 2 or 3 minutes after that, I started getting calf cramps, and I was like, guys, I got to go get some ice cream because I just threw up everything I had in my stomach, and I'm not about to sit here letting this hit me hard. But by the time I got done doing that, came out, everybody was gone. So, guys, Pepper D is no joke. It's going to hurt some people, and I'm looking forward to seeing it be official. I really am. I need to sip of my drink. Just talking about it made me need a drink. So okay, let's go back to later the next day stuff. Glad to see you're home safe. Already much quicker flight. Yeah, definitely a lot quicker of a flight home. So next day was very up in the air. Like I said, the venue was very rude to the League of Fire guys. They threatened to throw them out. They told them they weren't welcome back. Yeah, Roger, I'd love to see you try that pepper. I'd love to see that. I think you would have a lot of fun with that. I think you'd make some interesting faces and sounds out of it. I've seen a lot of your stuff, and I've seen your reactions. They're priceless, especially when you start sweating like you have a shower head turned on over the top of you and you're just dripping. You're probably better off just spreading some cat litter around you and letting it absorb instead of using all those paper towels. You'd probably save a lot of money, Kyle. But I was very disappointed with the Zest Fest people at this point because of the stuff that I was told. I don't want to get too far into detail, but they did threaten not to let us come back. Well, lo and behold, they said that we could. The competition was on for the next day. Jason and I were going to compete in the amateur competition. Something was brought to our attention before we even got there that we were asked about. Those of you who don't know who Paul is, he's the co-founder of League of Fire. And he was trying to kind of, I don't want to say, he didn't say this, but this is my understanding, trying to just raise the bar from yesterday. And honestly, from my point of view, hell yeah, it raised the bar, because for me it did at least. He said, would you guys be interested, one of you be interested in doing the first live attempt at the 7-pot Primo world record that was set by Johnny Scoville unit a little while back at 30 peppers. And we hemmed and hawed about it. And we're sitting thinking, all the people have to sign up and this and that. We're at the venue at this point, and they announced that this is possibly going to happen. We get there, and Beth and Kim said they wanted to do the amateur contest. Steve from Old Agnes store, I got to meet them. That was awesome. They were going to be, Steve was going to be in the competition. A couple other people. I'm like, Jason and I decided we're not going to do the amateur competition because it just wouldn't be fair. I really don't call myself a professional yet. I did compete for a title, but I didn't win it. I fell short. But I wanted everybody else to have that opportunity, because I'm not taking away from the people up there, because they did a fantastic job. It was awesome to watch. There was so much energy. There was just as much. I think there was more. I'm going to say there was more. There was more energy in the crowd for the amateur competition and the people cheering on these people than there was for the championship competition. And it was just awesome to be a part of. And I loved every second of it. So I'm glad Jason and I didn't do it. So Jason and I decided as a team we were going to take on the world record for the 7-pot pepper, 7-pot Primo pepper. Peppers brought to you by Primo's Peppers. Anyways, so we went and did the amateur competition, tons of excitement, energy, and I'm trying to get myself psyched up. Jason and I said, we're going to push each other. They're going to separate the peppers. They're going to make it even. So both of us would get, I think it was 38 or 39 peppers. They weighed them out, and I had 1 more ounce than, a little bit more weight than Jason did. And we both said to each other that if one of us can't continue, we're going to feed the other person and keep them going. Keep pushing each other, because we wanted to do this as friends, as brothers, together, not against each other, because that is what this community should be about. It should be everybody should be working together, not fighting. I get stuff happens and stuff has happened, but if this community is going to grow and it's going to continue to grow and it's going to become something huge, let's say the next Starbucks, we'll go with that because that's the only thing I can think in my head. It's not going to survive if everybody's trying to slit each other's throats and watch each other bleed out and use their bodies as fertilizer. That's a nice way of putting it, but that's my opinion. So Jason and I pulled together. We wanted to do it together. We said to them, let's do it even. Jason and I, friendly competition, back and forth, we're going to go. Jason sat next to me. I sat on the other side. We gathered at the League of Fire table. They had all the peppers in front of us. Everybody gathered around and a lot of cheering going on. And Jason's like, if I can't finish, I'm giving you my pepper. So they did the whole weight thing. They determined how they were going to do it. They had the timers going, multiple cameras going, big cameras in my face, microphones in my face, my camera going, trying to get us both in. Like, this was as big as it gets. It's okay. So I'm like I'm starting to really buzz here. Like, beforehand, you see me jumping around. I was trying to get my arms going, get the blood flowing, just thinking this is it. Johnny Scoville got this original world record. Now, guys, Guinness Book of World Records is not the only thing that verifies a world record. If something is done and has verification and it has the proper weighing and the timing and the recording, it is a world record. It does not need to be verified by Guinness to be a world record. They're the bar. You know what I mean? But you got to have buku bucks to have Guinness verify anything, just to send some schmo in a suit out to say, oh, you did it. I'm not Mr. Beast. I don't want to say I wish I was. I wish I had the money that he had, because I would love to do what he does, but I don't have the money to do that kind of stuff. So, world record attempt. Jason and I sit down. We start eating peppers. And I found that spot. I focused on it. There was a dot on the table right in front of me, a brass dot, right in front of my Opus picture. Again, I had him with me. And I'm just like, shoo. I'm not going to say who the crew was, because I don't know if I'm allowed to. So I'm not confirming nor denying. I'm not confirming nor denying that it is or is not. I don't want to get in trouble. You know what I mean? But anyways, I focused on that little brass dot on the table, and I was just pop, 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 pop. And I kept trying to tell myself in my head, check on Jason. And I was like, pop, pop. And at one point I heard him go, oh, and I'm like, hey, dude, come on. You got this. Keep going. I turned my head to look at him, but I knew I had to focus because I wasn't at the record yet. And that was the goal. That was realistically the goal. Okay, spoken a few times. But yeah, 20K. That's about right. So yeah, 20K. That's just ridiculous to hold a world record. They should be paying you to do the world records, not us pay them. You got all these books that they sell to places, at bookstores that buy their books and then resell them. All the crap that they do. They should be paying you a percentage if you break it, so they could. So pop peppers. I'm checking on Jason. Everybody's around me rooting, hollering, yelling. I got Goop behind me saying, come on, dude, you got this. I got Shaina behind me yelling, I have faith in him. He's going to do this. I start getting my peppers down, and I'm starting to notice Jason slowing down. Now, Jason told me that he still wasn't 100% from the day before and that he wasn't sure how he was going to do on this, but he was going to stay there until I was done. He was not going to let me leave that table until I beat that record. And I knew he wasn't kidding because he was not going to let me leave that table. I had nowhere else to go. I would have been stuck. So I just kept pop. Jason decided he was done. No joke, man. Anybody that's watching this or does watch this, just know Jason did this the day after competing in a national title competition. Nobody else wanted to do it or would do it. Him and I were the only two that would do it. And we're newcomers. Yeah, 20. Okay, Gardner's got it. 28K to start. So props to him. 9 primo tails. Those peppers were brutal. So I give Jason all the props in the world, but not just for competing the day before, but doing it again the next day and pushing himself to get cramps. Jason started cramping up almost immediately, and I'm still popping peppers, and I'm feeling good. I got about 10 peppers left in my first bowl. Jason ate 9. I had what I needed. I had the last one in my hand to tie the record, and I needed to eat one more. So I held it up. I said, "This is the record. This will be to tie the record." They're weighing the other bowl, and I eat it, blah, blah, blah. Immediately, I pick up 2, and I crush the record. Boom, done. Record's beat. And Jason's like, "I'm cramping, but I'm staying here." Jason is incredible. He has an incredible heart. He just pushes through everything, no matter what the situation is. He's like, "I'm not going anywhere until you're done. I'm not letting you leave." And she's Cheyenne and everybody's behind me yelling, "Oh, he's going to eat all of them." And it was like 340 grams or something. I don't want to misspeak, but 340 grams or something along the lines of that. It was 69 peppers. And I'm like, oh, man, I was thinking I was going to get to like 40 or 50 and be done. And I'm like, I'm already pushing past, and I'm at like 43 at this point. I crushed my personal best, which was 41. And I get to like 50, and I'm like, oh, I think I'm going to be good. And like, oh, he's going to eat the other bowl. And they're like, oh, yeah, come on. And I'm like, oh, screw it. And I'm like, and I'm starting to get serious throat burn. And this brings me back to Pepper Day. It wasn't until I hit about 52, 53 peppers where I started feeling the burn in my throat that I had when I ate the Pepper Day. Now, I'm not saying I had a whole mouth burn going, but the throat burn that I had going wasn't until about 45 to 50 peppers that compared to Pepper Day. So I was hurting like a bastard. Anytime I would swallow, it hurt. And I was like clinching. And so that's what I'm saying. That was the comparison. So bravo, Mike and Tammy. You guys have an amazing product there. At one point, I don't remember hearing anybody or seeing anything except for the bowl in front of me. I started focusing on the bottom of the bowl. And I'm like, screw it. I'm going to go for the 69. Now, guys, this is all the peppers they had. They didn't have anymore. I couldn't keep going if I wanted to. And I wanted to. Don't get me wrong. I wanted to. So I get to the last pepper, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like chewing, and I'm chewing. And I'm like, this last pepper, and I just pop it in, and I'm like chewing, and I'm like, she's behind me already cheering, saying, he has the record, and I'm like, oh, he's got to swallow, and everybody's going crazy. Jason's cheering, slapping my back. Goose behind me saying, oh, let's go. People in front of me yelling, crash. Like this was a Cloud 9 experience if I have ever experienced it in my entire life, and I've never experienced anything in my entire life. And so that I was making myself shake like that. I was getting like Hulk Hogan pumped, and I didn't want to punch the table and start slamming the table because there was so much stuff and set up around me. So I'm just like getting fired up and pumped and throwing. Like finally, I was chewing that up, and then I did it, and I let out this big yell and just went like I went to another whole new level and just like Ultra Instinct it, like Dragon Ball Z, Ultra Instinct myself, and just like let the last little bit of energy and excitement out of my system to say, yes, like you crushed it, you killed it. Because not only did I break the world record, I beat it by more than double what it was the last time. The original record by Johnny Scoville was 30. I officially hold the world record for the most 7-pot primo peppers consumed in one sitting to 69 in 26 minutes. Now, I don't expect this to stick around long. I'm not going to sit here and say it's never going to get touched because there are some people out there that are just crazy. And I'm just, to even say I ever held a world record, a legit world record, is just crazy. My dad actually looked it up. There was a record recognized by Guinness Book of World Records, which was 22. But it wasn't. They said it was an unofficial record because it was just the guy that popped that many peppers and recorded it. But this was legitimate. There was time. There was weight. There was refs. Kind of. It had everything. So I am going to reach out to Guinness. I'm going to let them know what I did. It's already completed. I'm going to tell them that it's there. If they'd like to take it, they can. If not, don't care. I'm going to reach out to them regardless. But I came in second place the night before for the first time ever competing for a world title. I proved all the doubters wrong. I didn't fall off the horse. Well, when I fell off, I got back up. I kept fighting. I pushed. I became the dark horse. I almost won. I outlasted an undefeated champion. I outlasted the Atomic Man. It's not really outlasting him, but you know what I mean. Like, it was the competition-wise. I did it. And those guys are idols to me. Like, I admire everything that they do, everything they eat, and how they do it. So don't get me wrong. It's just my mindset to think that I did what I did that night before. And if I was 7 seconds faster, I would have had the title, but I didn't. And I'm still okay with that because the following night I got an opportunity to do something even more incredible. And I'm glad I got to because I walked out of there with a world record. And I got to do it all my friends and family watching at home. One of my best friends sitting next to me, my wife in the audience, my best friend's wife sitting in the audience, my nephews and everybody sitting at home watching me. Like the whole valley from where I was watching this happen and take place. All right, then I'm going to do that. So, like, when I say that I'm humbled and honored to have been a part of this, I really, really am. And I'm not going to let everything get to my head. I'm not going to be that guy. But I'm just like cloud nine, tenfold. And it was even crazier because I'm sitting outside after the competition, after doing this amazing feat, breaking this record, perfectly fine. I purged right after. I purged for a good 20 minutes after. I think I chugged a gallon of milk. I ate about 4 ice creams. And I'm like sitting there on the ground. Thank you, Inked. I appreciate it. No agenda tonight. We're just discussing the whole trip and what took place and how grateful I am for everything that I got to be a part of this weekend. One of my next biggest things with the whole thing was not only did I complete this, but I was outside and people were coming outside like, wait, didn't you just do this? Yada, yada, yada. I'm like, yes, I did. And like, oh my God, how are you walking? Like, how are you out here just hanging out? Like, dude, you're a legend. You're amazing. I'm like, I'm like, thank you. I appreciate it. I pushed myself and like, it's just like, I'm not going to sit there and say, yeah, it's because I'm a badass. It's because I am. No, that's not it at all. It took everybody to get me to that point. Yeah, Ronnie, I do have to get on your spice this week. Now that I'm home, I'm going to definitely be trying that. So I will let you know. I'm going to have a bunch of reviews coming. I'm going to be taking it easy a little bit. I'm not going to slow down on making sure I have some content up every week. I'm going to be slowing it down in my lives. I'm not going to be doing burn sessions for a little bit. I will be on Uncle Bull Cow tomorrow night, his Instagram, to talk a little bit about this. He wants to ask me some questions, and I'm going to go on. Chris Miller, obviously, I'll probably see you on there. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Gary. I appreciate it, dude. But, lost my train of thought. Yeah, so I'm not going to sit there and say because I'm fast, because if it wasn't for everybody believing in me, telling me I could do it, pushing me to do it, cheering for me, messaging me, calling me, jumping on my lives, whether it's 2 people, 19 people. At one point, I had 480 people watching me on TikTok for a good 7 or 8 minutes straight, which is freaking crazy. It is everybody that is out here and all around me that gave me the ability to do what I did these last 2 days. And I'm excited to say that I was reached out to by the Canada League of Fire, and they are pushing to get me to go out to Canada to get my revenge on Mike Jack very, very soon. I'm going to be ready. There ain't no speed round this time. 100 peppers, here I come. I'm going to do it. I'm going to push. I'm going to fight. I'm going to claw. I'm going to scratch. I'm going to do every possible thing I can within the rules to win that title and bring it back to the United States. That is my goal. But I'm not going to sit here and start prepping for something that I'm not guaranteed is going to happen. Obviously, financially, I'm not going to be able to get to Canada on my own because I'm not going to fly. I'm gonna drive. But I'm still going to need to be able to pay for hotel, food, all that. It's going to be expensive. So I don't know what's happening yet. Yeah, right. I've actually done that before. It sucks. But yeah, that's possibly next. I'm probably going to be, I'm going to possibly be heading out to Canada next to maybe win back the title. So we shall see. It has yet to be determined. It's still very fresh. People are still on their way home from Zest Fest now. I know Shane and them, Jiff and them are all heading out. I know Jason and Kim should be on their way home now. I know Nate was just getting home a little bit ago. And we just got home probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. So it's been crazy. I don't know how many more times I'm going to tell this story over the next few days, going back to work and when I see my family and all that other stuff. But another thing I need to do is anybody that's watching this was at part of this competition, all you guys out there, I will be reaching out to you to get your address. I'm going to send the shirt out. This is actually the shirt I wore during the competition for the world title. I want to get it signed by everybody that was in the competition. And then my next thing is I have my shirt from breaking the world record. I think what I'm going to do is sign it, frame it, and give it to my nephew for Christmas, Jackson. So I think that's what I'm going to end up doing with that one. So still coming down from all this, guys. It's incredible. But yeah, really quick before I get off here, two things. New League of Fire cards came out, guys. And look at that. KTB and Late for Work. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Ooh, hi there. Who's that? Ethan. Oh, hello. Just wanted to say congratulations on the world record. I was totally amazed at your performance. I just found you this morning and I was watching the record stream and the recording happened. And I was surprised to learn you were on the side of Scranton for me. Oh, on the other side of Scranton for me. Awesome job representing NEPA. All signs up to keep you in progress. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad you found me. Everybody's always welcome. Again, you guys are the reason why I'm doing all this. That means a lot, man. I appreciate it. Keep watching. I do posts a lot, actually. Some lives, some weekly videos that are pre-recorded and scheduled. I do giveaways. So I appreciate it. Ethan, head over and check out a couple of the other channels that are a big sponsor and push to where I'm at. Late for Work, Ink Gardener, Miller Time, Uncle Bull Cow, Hot Dang Show. Everybody, guys, I can't say it enough. Thank you so much for everything. But really quick before I go, like I said, autographed. Look at that. Roger, I tried getting one of your cards. They wouldn't give me one. They had them. They wouldn't give me it. I was so mad. I wanted one so bad. But another cool part is Zest. The funny thing is Zest Fest is about hot sauce. And I didn't buy a damn thing. So really quick before I jump out of here. The Voice, my man, Bob the Voice, he was incredible. He gave me two things. I'm looking forward to trying them. He gave me Bob the Voice Tink. It's very clear, beautiful. I can't wait to try it. And he gave me some habanero sea salt. So that's pretty cool. Late for Work. Hooked Beth up with her personal, and they made this for Beth. This is fantastic. I don't know if anybody's had this yet. The Hubble Puff tincture. It's bubble gum. Freaking awesome. And then Farmer Jay, one of the competitors, he hooked me up with chocolate thunder, and it's actually his decal hanging on a stripper pole. I'm showing only one camera. I'm sorry, guys. Farmer Jay, Bob the Voice, Tink, Hobble Puff, and the habanero salt. Yeah, so when I got this, I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely going to check my bag because I'm not bringing this through TSA. Now, when we were leaving, I got hooked up. But real quick, before I can't wait to try this Paul's Pickled Pepper Sauce. This is a beauty. Can't wait to try that. And I got to find my other sauce. Goot gave me a sauce. This I'm really excited about. The Queen's.
The pickled pepper is from Goop.
Is it? Is it?
Goop made that for a guy.
Oh, okay. So
and
this is the
he
good.
gave it to me because I was on Texas Hotspot.
Okay, well, this is Beth's sauce. She's very proud of it, so everybody hears me getting yelled at in the background. Anyways, I'm very excited about this. The Queen's Soy, the UK Chili Queen. Oh, I'm having a hard time. Soy. Look at this. I am super stoked to try this. I am really stoked to try this. And everybody kept asking me, oh, you came in second place. You came in second place. What'd you get? My gift, my prize from coming in second place in the pepper contest is an official, custom-made, leather, League of Fire hot sauce holster, which it would not be complete unless the Chili Queen Soy was in it. I got Kaboom High Voltage Sauce by Kajan's. They hooked me up with this. They gave me the Reaper Pure, hooked me up with that. And then I got 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to do the reverse camera thing here. 3 more sauces for them. So, guys, I'm going to actually be reviewing all these sauces. I'm going to try to focus a little bit more on reviewing sauces. I'm going to start getting back into League of Fire challenges again a little bit more too. But I am going to jump off here. My phone's about to die. My computer almost died. Let me see what I got going on for messages here before I leave. Everybody's saying hi, Beth.
Hi.
But guys, again, thank you. I will try to keep everybody posted. Anything updates or anything that goes on in the chili world or community, anything that develops from this whole world record breaking thing and all that. But again, guys, if it wasn't for all of you, I would not be here. So, as always, I'm the Scoville Unit. This is where challenges are life. Don't forget to get spicy. Later.